Check this knife out. It's another design by Shugart's Custom Knives. It's got like a little bit of a grip, like a handle almost, attached to the end. For those that like to put their thumb on the knife to like throw with a grip like that. It's definitely neat, especially when your hand is a little bit wet. Certain conditions in the weather, you know, make your hands a little bit more wet, whether it's heat or could just be cold with the snow. It's a great concept. It's leather. Doesn't get in the way. Like, it's just, you know, even if we've recently seen like a button for fast draw, it looks silly in my opinion. But something like this, same idea, gives you that extra grip when you're pulling it out, something to feel for, so you know you're in the right position when you grab it without having to look because you're trying to do it really fast. Yeah, basic knife design, we've seen it like this a lot, but adding this in, it's nice. The way he has it clipped in, it's not removable, but it's snug, it's in there, can take a beating and it doesn't loosen up. But yeah, I'll be throwing with this today. Let's get a couple shots up close first, and then we'll do some distant shots. 4 meters right here. Let's get the camera right, there we go. Someone was saying there's a few different ways to holding your knife. Yeah, some people like to wrap their fingers around the bottom. Some people just pinch it. I think this is the way the Scamph does it. And then others like to kind of put their fingers out nice and light. Helps relax the wrist. BMO type of style. I like power, and I've kind of adapted a little bit of a wrap, not fully committed, but a little bit on the bottom. Helps control because I like to add the power. I'll even like hold my knife. It just allows me to put it in a position without putting any stress on my shoulder or arm, kind of like holding a rifle, and then I can just release right out of my hand. It's a great knife. I really like it. I like having it straight here and straight on top. I like having that little, it's almost rounded off on the back. Just helps get a nice grip. You know, I really like a good grip. I don't like slippery knives. I like a good grip. Really helps with adding that power. I know it's in a previous hole, so that's the type of penetration. Like 4 inches right there of penetration. Boom. Alright, so you want to get that extra little bit of power. I've heard a lot of talk about no spin, the OGs to no spin. Western style type of throwing no spin. People came up with this, I guess, a pitcher way of throwing. Maybe it's more just with the arm, the upper body. I don't notice it as much as what an actual pitcher throws like. I think they just adapted a few techniques and applied it to knife throwing. But if you really want to get the most out of your throw, not just for competitions, but combative, or you just want to impress people on your videos and stuff with a style that has a lot of power. You can hear the thunk a lot more, and try this out. So you got the normal stance, whether you're a little bit more closer with your feet. Try this out. Like a baseball pitcher would be at the mound. You're not going to add in those techniques because you're wanting it more fast, more tactical. So you're just going to be kind of approaching it. See how my leg, so much power, so much momentum, my leg shoots forward after I release the knife. It's good too because you can do it while you're moving. You kind of get into that position. You want to throw, you're not static. You could be moving. You know, it's nice not to have to limit yourself. So there's different levels of nose spin if you're talking more of a Western style. So for me, I want to take it to the highest level I can take it. And I'm trying to narrow it down myself through trial and error and how to get there. But I've recently really started to do this more. I really started to like what I'm getting out of this, the benefits, just with that follow through, that momentum I'm gaining from whatever position I'm in, and how I can get to where I can get the most momentum, the most power. The body can move in many cool ways. In martial arts, they kind of try to focus on those movements in the way they're delivering their attack or defending. And I think in knife throwing, we can also apply what we're saying there. You know, you're not static all the time. If you're in a competition, you're standing at the line and you can kind of adapt a static position. You know, certain movements that you're going to use every single time so you can get the most accurate. That's legit. I agree. You're going to want to do that. But knife throwing isn't just about competition. So sometimes you're a backyard hobbyist and you just want to throw with some power. And you can do that, but understand what the body can do and test it. Test yourself. Try it. If you can do it, then try it and see what you can do. Once you understand how to release the knife from your hand, as I showed just now, you can throw however you want, because a lot of the work and a lot of the control is coming from your hand. So adding in all those extra movements, that's going to get you your power, the speed. But once you understand the basics and how the hand is working, how the index is working when you push it, you can throw however you want from any position. You don't have to move your lower body. You can throw sideways, upside down. It doesn't matter. So when you're training in the beginning, work with the hand first. Put in all the extras later on, but master the hand movements. Master how you're going to hold your knife and release it. Start close. Understand how it works. Step a little bit back, a little bit back, a little bit further and further. Don't rush it. Don't even rush it in a day, month. Stay at that distance for a while. If your goal is to get good, being patient is key. Don't rush the basics, because that's where you become really good in the end. If you're really good at the basics. If you're struggling, go back to the basics. So remember that. So what I was displaying there is don't rush with your goals. If you're wanting no spin, work on just no spin. Don't go back to half spin, full spin. If you want to, because that's your goal, patience. So you will learn quicker to be able to do that. If you're just playing around in a day trying to train and you're going from half spin to full spin to no spin, you're going to take a lot longer to get really good at one specific throw. So, you know, you can probably get there, but work for a while. Like, I mean, months, if not years, on a specific throw, and then work on another style so that you're not taking away from your training, you're not wasting it. So throw. And maybe if you're wanting to, if you're a little bit better at learning, a little quicker, pick a day. So just do a day no spin, and then don't implement any full spin, half spin stuff. The next day, go into half spin. Go back and forth. But even that, I wouldn't recommend. It's just if you're wanting to do that, and I can't stop you. Just giving you the pointers to learn better, faster pace, and get really good at what you want. So don't mix it up. Stay true to what you want. Pick your priority. Stick to that. Get really good, and then when you start to get into another style, you can start to use what you've learned with that. And you know, when it comes to throwing a half spin, I can still throw the same way I do no spin. I'm just holding the knife differently. But it took me a while to get to a style of I can bring that no spin throw into my half spin, you know. So get there, find what the body likes, what you're comfortable with, what makes you good at that top level that you can perform at, and then start to try some other things. But don't rush anything. So what I was demonstrating there, throwing at further distances, you travel. I travel more in my throw, maybe 2 meters I'm traveling. So I could be standing at 8 meters and I'll be standing at 6 meters when I'm done throwing. So that's slight changes. You get more movement as I move back, so I can keep that power. So that's kind of what it looks like there. Which is nice too though, because I can pretty much maintain how I throw no matter what distance I'm at. I don't gotta switch it up. I can throw the same way at 3 meters as I do at 9 meters. I just might travel more, might be more momentum, more follow through. So it looks a little bit different, but there isn't many changes in how my body's actually moving. All right, so trick shots, they're fun, we see them and we want to do them, but don't rush into them until you're ready. Be honest with yourself and try them when you're really good at throwing your knife first from that distance you want to throw the can at. But let's talk a little bit of trick shots. You can throw the can with the underhand, palm facing up, or you can throw it down with more of a flick of the wrist. But just getting that body so you can get the can to where you want to throw the knife more consistently. So whether that's to the side, or you're going under your legs, under your arm, or you're going all those same movements with your palm facing the sky. You can throw it more high as a lob. You can throw it more straight to the target than an arc, and get the timing right. So you might start throwing your knife when the can is a certain distance from the target, whether you're looking at it from up, down, or straight across. You know, you have to learn the timing of when to throw the knife so you can meet the can at the target. Some people will catch the can in the air and push it to the target. That can happen, but that's probably not what they intend to do. They're just throwing, they're really tracking the can and throwing the knife at the can. Almost like a quarterback will lead his receiver. You're going to throw in front, and the receiver's going to be behind, and he's going to go towards, they're both going to meet at the directed pass. So the same with the can and the knife. You want them to meet. So the can be up here, and the knife is already thrown. And so knowing where your can is going to be thrown consistently, whether I'm purposely trying to throw it to the bullseye every time, that makes sense to me. You'll just adjust slightly if it's going off course. You can kind of see where it's going when you release the can, and then make your judgment whether you even want to throw the knife, because that's another point. Don't waste your throw. If the can wasn't thrown correctly, you just feel the release was off, or you can see, you know, it's not going where you want it to go. Wind picked up and it's pushing it. Don't even throw your can or your knife. Just pick it up and try again. That helps me get into a good rhythm so I can pin the can a lot quicker. So we talked about the way to throw the can, your timing, how to throw your knife, and let's get into what we talked about prior to this trick shot. So I can pin my can the same way I throw my knife regularly. I can put the follow through just the way I want to throw my knife without having to pin a can, which I like. So you're not taking away from your training, you're actually adding to it. The moving target, your accuracy is getting better, your timing, a whole lot of other stuff you can gain from adding in moving targets or a trick shot. You're using two different body movements. You're throwing the can and then going into your movement of throwing the knife. Very fast transitions. That's good training too. Helps you get into the rhythm or into the position you need to throw your knife very fast. So that will pick up in quick draws. You'll be able to do a quick draw really good, getting into the position, whether you're doing it combatively or for trick shots. You can get into that position fast and comfortably because you now are doing training that's making you more versatile. Your training has picked and gone into trick shots. You've gone from moving or standing in a position to moving and throwing. So all these things can really help your game pick up. You don't want it to be all game with no gains, right? You want to be able to have some fun and still gain some skill from that. So remember that too when you're throwing. You're not going to hit it every time too. Okay, so talked about a lot there. I wanted to throw in a little instructional video of what, how I throw, how I've learned to throw, some of the things I picked up that might be different to others. So if that helped you, that's what I'm aiming for. If you need any more help, or you have a question, or you want to clarify something, don't hesitate, ask away. I'll do what I can to help. This can go a lot further than typing, so if you need anything, a video made directed to how you want to learn, just let me know. Free of charge, so don't worry about anything. This is just fun for me to do. The pleasure will be all mine, and to see you grow, that'll be a bonus for me. So if you like this, hit the like button. Check out my YouTube page. There's a lot of cool stuff there. I have some teaching points there as well. A lot of cool trick shots. Always something new going on. So maybe hit the subscribe button if you like. But I'm really just here for you. If you need anything, let me know. God bless.